check out the Disney shirt today. I've got my hair up. I'm trying a new hairstyle. I don't know how I feel about it, but we'll see. Should we do an intro? I feel like we should do an intro. Hey everybody, welcome to Starklight. I'm Atlas, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about Disney's Hercules. Just as a little preface, my genius brain has decided the best time to film this video is during the Super Bowl. So if you hear cheering or yelling or anything else coming from off screen, that's my family. I don't care about football, but they do. Go Chiefs. Disney's Hercules came into being right around the end of the Disney Renaissance, and it wasn't exactly a box office hit, but it is one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. It's got incredible cinematography and surprisingly good humor for a Disney movie, not even mentioning the soundtrack. The main antagonist of the movie, Hades, might just be my favorite Disney villain of all time, and I'm not alone in thinking this. He's queer-coded as hell. Get it? Get it? He's queer-coded as hell. With little things like his body language down to the delivery of his lines.
Is this an audience or a mosaic?
Hey, how you doing? Looking good. Nice dress. Just fine. You know, a little dark, a little gloomy, and as always, hey, full of dead people. What are you gonna do? Love to, babe. Zeus. So, can't. Love to, but can't. Oh! Olympus would be that way.
The rest of the main cast pretty much matches the generic Disney formula. Herc is the underdog hero that we love to root for, Phil's the begrudging mentor, and Pegasus is the goofy animal sidekick. Meg does have the illusion of being a strong, independent woman who can fight for herself. But other than a couple one-liners, she's treated more as a pawn in the big guy's game rather than a player herself. Although, fun fact, she is the eldest daughter of Creon, meaning that when she goes to see Oedipus Rex with Hercules, that play is about her family. Talk about an awkward first date. And in the scenes that take place at Olympus, you can see a lot of the Greek gods that don't necessarily play a huge factor in the Hercules story. All of these characters are deliberately designed even if they're hardly seen. Aphrodite's hair is reminiscent of a heart, Narcissus has a mirror, Athena is shown with an owl, I could go on. The side characters and background characters of Hercules were visually diverse in a way that most other movies of the time were not. There's even a scene in The Little Mermaid that features a plus-size mermaid becoming more appealing thanks to Ursula's magic. Hercules, on the other hand, has multiple plus-size characters whose size is not the butt of a joke or their entire personality trait, one of which being Thalia, the Muse. The Muses are a unique take on exposition, laying the groundwork for the movie through their song The Gospel Truth. They're present throughout the movie as well, singing Zero to Hero, which has amazing and attention-grabbing visuals, and providing backup vocals to Meg during her song I Won't Say I'm in Love. Speaking of music, Hercules has an incredible soundtrack, with lyrics coming from David Zippel, who also worked on Mulan and wrote this amazing masterpiece.
Who's strong and brave, here to save the American way?
Not all of us can storm a beach or drive a tank, but there's still a way all of us can fight.
Who vows to fight like the man for what's right?
From moving numbers like Go the Distance to plucky and upbeat songs like Zero to Hero and One Last Hope, Zippel's lyrics are sure to resonate with any audience. As far as the cinematography, Hercules once again sets itself apart from the crowd. Hercules was one of the first ever films to utilize both 2D and 3D animated characters. The Hydra is exclusively 3D animated, clashing directly with 2D animated Herc and his weapons. It adds another level of intimidation, placing the Hydra on another level than Hercules and making it a more formidable opponent. The other main beauty of Hercules' cinematography is the Titan sequence. Each Titan is visually interesting, and the display of their abilities is stunning. Hydrus is thin and angular, reminding you of an ice fractal. Lithos is big and looming, and he takes up most of the screen. Stratos is literally a huge tornado, and Pyrrhus is more of an amorphous lava, which is a clever way to show a fire titan, seeing as Hades is already literally on fire. Arges is kind of an odd man out among the Titans, since he doesn't clearly represent one of the elements, and he's not included in any of the Titans' dramatic moments. Hercules is also surprisingly funny to those who know a thing or two about ancient Greece.
Somebody call IXII!
Why not?
2 words. I am retired.
This might just seem like Phil not knowing how to count, but in Greek, the language that this conversation would have taken place in, that's actually 2 words.
Είμαι συνταξιούχος.
Είμαι συνταξιούχος. But this film also appeals to audiences that might not understand those deeper level jokes, utilizing slapstick comedy mainly through Pain and Panic and Pegasus.
Coming, your most lugubriousness!
around of things that didn't quite make it into the original script, but I still wanted to call out. You can visually see Hercules getting stronger throughout One Last Hope. He starts out super scrawny and skinny, but as the music goes on, you can see him slowly getting bigger rather than an instantaneous change. Blue Flame is actually hotter than Orange Flame, so anytime Hades completely loses his temper, he actually gets cooler. If you go back and watch the scene from Thebes, it's pretty much 2020 in a nutshell. Was it before this disaster or after this one? I do think it's funny how they had Zeus be a great father figure in Hercules, where in the actual mythology, not so much. One of the Fates makes a joke about indoor plumbing. It's gonna be big. And I find that hilarious because they can literally see the future. They know indoor plumbing's gonna be big. When the Fates give their prophecy about the planets lining up, there's only 6 of them instead of 8, because at the time the movie takes place, we didn't know there was 8 planets. There's a bit where Hades lights a cigar with his thumb, and then when he gets angry, it burns all the way down, and I think that's really funny. When Hercules is talking to his dad about how he's a real hero because of how famous he is, he holds up an action figure and goes, "I'm an action figure!" Hercules is a respectful king when Meg is trying to seduce him, and I don't know if he quite understands what she's trying to do, but he's respectful nonetheless, and we love him for that. The muses all have their symbols that they're associated with, meaning that you can tell which muse is which. When Zeus's statue first comes to life, Hercules absolutely has the right reaction.
Hold on, kiddo, what's your hurry? After all these years, is this the kind of hello you give your father?
I also love how Hades is shown in these blue cool tones, whereas Hercules is shown in warmer orange tones. Overall, Disney's Hercules is criminally underappreciated, and if you haven't seen it recently, I highly recommend you go watch it because, as we have just stated, it's incredible! That's all I have for y'all today. Make sure you check out this lovely video and this lovely video, and I will see you guys next time.